Hello everyone. Today I'm going to explain the chapter The Thief's Story by Ruskin Bond. A 20th century writer, Ruskin Bond, was born on 19th May 1934. He is an Indian author of British descent. His parents belong to Britain. He is one of India's most loved children's writers. He wrote about children. He has been awarded the Sahitya Academy Award, Padma Shri, and Padma Bhushan. Along with so many awards, he got these awards. He has written several novels, over 500 short stories, various essays, poems, anthologies, and books for children. He is a prolific writer. He is one of the best loved and most admired chroniclers of contemporary India. Theme. Let us know what the chapter is about, what the story is about. The story focuses on human values and relationships. The working of conscience in human minds is also expressed here. Conscience, something in us that decides what is wrong and what is right. That is called conscience. The importance of trust and affection to change someone. In this chapter, it is told that we can change a human being by having trust and affection onto them. Overview. What the whole story is. The story is about a 15-year-old thief. It is about a thief, as the title suggests. He used to change his name every month to stay ahead of the police and old employers. So the thief goes on to change his name because this time he called himself Hari Singh. Now, when he is looking for his new victim, his name that he had adopted is Hari Singh, who by the formula of flattery befriends, and he uses flattery, and he befriends a struggling author, 25 years old Anil. Now, this time, Hari Singh befriends a struggling author of 25 years, and the name of that author is Anil, who earned by fits and starts. Anil does not earn regularly, his income is not regular. In the plan to steal him, he has a plan to rob him. Hari Singh asks Anil if he can work for him and lied that he can cook for Anil. He goes to Anil and he asks that he needs some work, and he told Anil that he could work as a cook. Anil keeps him in, though he threw off the meal cooked by Hari Singh when he cooked meal for the first time there for Anil. It was not good one, and Anil had to throw that meal away. Still, Anil kept Hari Singh with him because he was a good person. Anil really is a good person. Anil shows his wish to teach Hari Singh how to cook, read, and write. Being a gentleman, Anil shows his wish that he would teach Hari Singh, and he would make Hari Singh a good person by teaching him how to cook, how to read, and how to write. Gradually, Anil develops trust in him. He started trusting him, though he knows that he makes a profit of 1 rupee daily from the daily purchases. Hari Singh would take money to the market to buy vegetables or groceries, and he would just steal 1 rupee daily. And Anil knew that thing, but Anil did not say anything to Hari. But Hari Singh has been waiting for the right moment to rob Anil. Hari Singh, he has not changed still. He wanted to have a right opportunity. He wanted to have right time in order to rob Anil. And the right time comes. One day, Anil comes with a bundle of notes. Anil comes home with a bundle of notes and he puts that bundle of notes under the mattress before sleeping. And now it is the time for Hari Singh to work. He decides to steal money for the following reasons. He thought that he should steal money because it was not easy for Hari Singh to steal Anil because Anil was a most trusting fellow and Hari Singh does not want to shake that trust. Still, being a thief, he wanted to rob Anil and he gives the following reasons for robbing him. First of all, he says to himself that he hasn't done any stealing since his entry to the house of Anil and he was there to steal. And the second reason that Anil was a person who does not know the value of money. He earns the money and he wastes that money on his friends. And the third reason that Anil does not pay him. Hari Singh works for Anil and Anil does not give him anything. So these three reasons he gives for stealing. Now what happens after he's stealing the money? He steals the money when Anil was asleep and headed towards the station to catch the Lucknow Express. He steals the money and goes towards the railway station. He entered the station, moved towards the platform without ticket because he was a thief. That's why he did not buy the ticket. The train starts moving and he can catch it, but lets it go without knowing the reason. When he enters the railway station or when he enters the platform, he could see the train moving and he could catch the train if he ran there. But he did not, and he himself did not know the reason for that. Leaving the station, and the train had left, the station was deserted, and now he had nowhere to go. He had to leave the station. He has no idea where to go because he did not know anyone except Anil, and he had robbed Anil. And when he was outside, it starts drizzling, showering was there, and Hari Singh got wet with his money. He thought of the education Anil was giving him. Now he was sitting somewhere and he was thinking what he had done with Anil. He had robbed the person who wanted to educate him. And then he thought that he could get education, and by getting education, he could be a big, clever, and respected man. He has to learn reading and writing. He thought to learn reading and writing. He went back to Anil's room, and it is really hard to put the money back. It is really easy to steal the money, but to put back it was hard for him. And still, he went there and he put the money back, the wet notes where they were, and goes to sleep. Next morning, Hari Singh woke up late. Anil wakes up early. Anil makes tea for Hari Singh and himself, and Anil gave a 50 rupee note to Hari out of those notes. And Anil also promised Hari Singh to pay him regularly and teach him how to write sentences. Anil, though knows about the theft, did not show it. Hari Singh knew that Anil knew about the theft, but Anil did not say anything about that theft because Anil knew that Hari Singh, though he had stolen the money, he put the money back. It means Hari Singh had changed himself. That's why Anil did not say anything to Hari. Now let's read the story. I was still a thief. I stand here for Hari Singh here, though fictitious name. I was still a thief when I met Anil, and though only 15, and that thief, Hari Singh, was 15 years old, I was an experienced and fairly successful hand. Fairly successful hand, he was good in stealing. Anil was watching a wrestling match when he saw Anil for the first time. When I approached him, Hari Singh approached Anil and he was watching wrestling match. He was about 25. He was tall. He was a lean fellow and he looked easygoing. Anil was looking a very easy man, easy person, very relaxed type of person, kind and simple enough for my purpose. And he was very simple, he was kind, and Hari Singh thought that it was good to steal such type of person because he is simple and easygoing. I hadn't had much luck of late. For the last some days he had not had much luck. It means he had not done any stealing lately recently, and he thought I might be able to get into the young man's confidence. And Hari Singh thought that he would take this man, take Anil into his confidence, and he can steal him. Now he is near Anil. You look a bit of a wrestler yourself, I said. A little flattery helps in making friends. So, what Hari Singh is doing, he's using flattery, and he told Anil that Anil looked like a wrestler. So, do you? He replied. Anil, he was a very easygoing man, so he also replied in the same tone. Anil told that Hari Singh was also looking like a wrestler, which put me off. And this reply of Anil really discouraged Hari Singh because Hari Singh wanted to flatter him and Anil put the same answer to him. For a moment, because at that time I was rather thin. The thief was really thin. Hari Singh was really not looking like a wrestler. He was lean and thin, and still Anil told him to be a wrestler. Well, I said modestly. Hari Singh modestly told that he was interested in wrestling and he would do wrestling a bit. What's your name? He asked. Anil asked Hari Singh his name. Hari Singh lied and Hari Singh told his name, though it was a lie. It was not his real name. I took a new name every month. He had to take a new name every month. And why would he take new name? Because he wanted to be ahead of police. He wanted to be away from police and his former employers whom he had robbed. After this introduction, Anil talked about the well-oiled wrestlers. Anil was talking about the wrestlers who were grunting, wrestlers were making low and rough sound, lifting and throwing each other about like, here and there. They were throwing each other here and there. I didn't have much to say. Hari Singh did not say a lot because Anil was speaking about the wrestlers. Anil walked away. Now, after the match was over, Anil started to move away. I followed casually and easily. Hari Singh followed Anil. Hello again, he said. Anil said again, and Anil welcomed him again, saying hello. I gave him my most appealing smile, and Hari Singh, being a thief, he had to attract someone. That's why he had to wear a good, attractive smile. And he smiled in the same way. I want to work for you, I said. Hari Singh showed the wish that he wanted to work for Anil. But I can pay you. Anil said frankly that he did not have much money. I thought that over for a minute. And now Hari Singh thought that over for a minute. He thought whether he should accompany this person or not because he does not have much money. Perhaps, maybe I had misjudged my man. Maybe Hari Singh had picked a wrong person for robbing. And then Hari Singh asked, "Can you feed me?" Hari Singh asked Anil if he could give him food. Then Anil asked him if he could cook. And again Hari Singh lied that he could cook. "If you can cook, then maybe I can feed you." Because Anil was living alone, and if Hari Singh went to Anil and if Hari Singh started cooking for him, Anil would keep him there. He took me to his room over the Jamna sweet shop and told me I could sleep on the balcony. It means Anil had taken or brought that thief home. But the meal I cooked that night must have been terrible. He did not know how to cook food, how to cook meal, and the meal that he had made that night, it was really terrible. It was bad because Anil gave it to a stray dog. Anil did not eat that meal. He had to throw it away to a stray dog and told me to be off. And then Anil was really angry because he knew Hari Singh told a lie to him. He told him to be off, to move away from his house. But I just hung around. But Hari Singh kept on hovering over the place. He continued to stay with Anil and he was using his smile, the same attractive and appealing smile in my most appealing way, and he couldn't help laughing. And then Anil, he could not help laughing, he could not stop himself, and he continued to laugh with the behavior of Hari Singh because Hari Singh was not willing to leave. He was not willing to be off the place. Later, he patted me, he tapped me. Anil tapped Hari Singh on the head and said, "Never mind, he would teach me to cook." And he told Hari that Anil would teach him how to cook. And he also promised him to teach him how to write his name, and he would also teach him to write whole sentences and to add numbers. So Anil promised him to make Hari an educated person. I was grateful. Hari Singh was really thankful to Anil. I knew that once I could write like an educated man because now Hari Singh thought if he could write, if he was able to write like an educated person, there would be no limit to what I could achieve. Then there would be no limit to what he could achieve, means he could make a lot of money then by robbing educated person. Now in his mind there is only one thing, and that is robbing. He is not changed here. He wants to use the education for the sake of robbing. It was quite pleasant working for Anil. It was good for him when he worked for Anil because Anil was a good person, easygoing man. I made the tea in the morning and then would take my time buying the day's supplies. He would go to market to buy the day's supplies, vegetables and groceries, usually making a profit. And he would also make a profit about a rupee a day. And I think he knew. Hari Singh thought Anil knew about his taking or his grabbing 1 rupee daily. I made a little money this way, but he did not seem to mind. But Anil did not seem that he was bothering about Hari Singh's making money by this way. Anil made money by fits and start. And how would Anil earn money? He would not earn money on a regular basis. He would borrow 1 week, lend the next. He kept worrying about his next check, but as soon as it arrived, he would go out and celebrate. It seems he wrote for magazines, a queer way to make a living. Now, Hari Singh was talking about the work that Anil would do to keep his body and soul together. He was a writer for magazines. That's why he would not earn on a regular basis. When he was lacking money, he would borrow money, and when he had got money, he lent money as well. He would lend money to others who needed it. He kept worrying about his next check. He only thought about his next check whenever the check would come. But as soon as it arrived, and when the check arrived, he would go out and celebrate. He go out and celebrate. So he was not a very serious type of person. He would enjoy his life a lot. Whenever he has got money, he gives that money to others. He goes on to celebrate. And when he does not have money, he does borrow money from someone. One evening, he came home with a small bundle of notes. Now he comes with a bundle of notes saying he had just sold a book to a publisher. He had got much money by selling a book to a publisher. At night, I saw him tuck, and Hari Singh saw that Anil had put the money under the mattress. I had been working for Anil for almost a month, and apart from cheating on the shopping, had not done anything in my line of work. Hari Singh thought that his line of work is stealing, is robbing others, and he had not been doing anything of this line since he was there with Anil. I had every opportunity of doing so, and he had got the chance as well. Hari Singh got the chance to rob Anil because Anil was a trusting person. He had given Hari Singh a key to the door, and I could come and go as Hari Singh desired. Hari Singh could come to the house and go whenever he wanted. He was the most trusting person. Anil was the most trusting person Hari Singh had ever seen, he had ever met. And that is why it was so difficult to rob him. Why was it difficult to rob him? Because he was the most trusting person. It is easy to rob a greedy man. If a person is greedy, it is easy to rob him because he can afford to be robbed. Because a greedy man can afford that he can be robbed. But it is difficult to rob a careless man. But to rob a careless person who does not care anything, sometimes he does not even notice he has been robbed. Because a careless person sometimes does not even think that he had been robbed. Even a careless person does not know about his being robbed. And that takes all the pleasure out of the work. And Hari Singh tells that he does not enjoy robbing a careless man. Well, it is time I did some real work. But now, as he saw the bundle of notes, so he thought that it was time to do some work. I told myself, I'm out of practice because he was out of practice. He had been there and he did not rob anyone since he joined Anil. And if I don't take the money, and the second reason that he gave of his robbing Anil, that if he's not going to take away money from Anil, he will only waste it. Anil was going to waste it on his friends. After all, he doesn't even pay me. And the third reason, he told that Anil does not give any salary to Hari Singh. Hari Singh works for him, but he does not take any money from him, from Anil. Anil was asleep, so now he decides to rob Anil. Anil was asleep, he was sleeping. A beam of moonlight stepped over the balcony and fell onto the bed. He could see that the rays of moon The sheen of moon was entering there over the balcony and fell onto the bed. I sat up on the floor because he could not sleep. Hari Singh could not sleep. Considering the situation, he thought what he was to do. He made a plan to rob Anil and to run away from there. What plan he made? If I took the money, I could catch the 10:30 express to Lucknow. He decided to leave the city by 10:30 express to Lucknow. Slipped out of the blanket. Then he moved out of his blanket and crept up and slowly went to Anil's bed. Anil was sleeping peacefully. His face was clear and unlined. His face was unlined because Anil was a very simple person, honest man, and he does not do anything wrong. That's why he will sleep peacefully and there will not be any mark of exertion onto his face. Even I had more marks on my face. Even Hari Singh had got more marks on his face than Anil, though mine were mostly scars. Though the marks on Hari Singh's face were only scars, wounds, injury marks because he was a thief. My hand slid under the mattress. He put his hands under the mattress, searching for the notes, and when he found the notes, I drew them out. He took the notes out from under the mattress and he did not make any sound. Anil sighed in his sleep and turned on his side towards me. Anil sighed there, or Harrison could feel that Anil was sighing at that time. He released air through his mouth or nose in his sleep and Anil turned to a side towards me, towards Hari Singh. I was startled. Hari Singh got startled. He got surprised, amazed, and quickly crawled out of the room. Hari Singh had got the money in his hand and he went out of the room very slowly, walking on his hands and knees. Now he had robbed Anil. When I was on the road, I began to run, and now he had got the money in his hands and he wanted to run away from there. I had the notes at my waist. He had tied the notes to the string of his pajamas at his waist. I slowed down. Walk. Earlier he was running, now he started to walk and he counted the notes. 600 rupees these were, all in 50s. 600 rupees, and rupees were in the form of notes of 50s. I could live like an oil rich Arab for a week or two, and then he thought that with such money he could live like a person, like a rich person from Arabia who was owning oil. So he thought that he could live luxuriously for a week or two with such money, with that money. When I reached the station, I did not stop at the ticket office. I had never bought a ticket in my life, but dashed straight to the platform. The Lucknow Express was just moving out. The train had still to pick up speed, and I should have been able to jump into one of the carriages, but I hesitated for some reason I can't explain, and I lost the chance to get away. So, now what was his condition when he reached the station? He did not buy the ticket because, being a thief, he never bought in his life. But he moved towards, he dashed straight, he moved towards the platform in a hurry, quickly, and the train, the Lucknow Express, was there. It was just moving, started to move, and he could catch the train because the train was still to pick up speed. It was not very fast, and Hari Singh could catch the train if he ran there. If he ran there, he could jump into one of the carriages of that train, but he hesitated, but he did not do it. There was a moral hitch in his mind. For some reason, for some reason, he did not jump into the train. I cannot explain. Hari Singh cannot explain the reason why he did not get into the train, and he lost the chance to get away. And then the train left the platform. So, what was that agitation? This was his working of conscience. His conscience, his inner soul was breaking him. His inner soul did not want Hari Singh to commit such crime. Why? Because breaking someone's trust is not good. That's why he hesitated. When the train had gone, I found myself standing alone on the deserted platform. Everyone left and he was alone there. I had no idea where to spend that night because he did not know anyone there in that city. I had no friends, believing that friends were more trouble than help. For a thief, friends were of no use, Hari Singh thought. And I did not want to make anyone curious by staying at one of the small hotels near the station. And he did not want to stay in some hotel near the station because if he would go to some hotel, they would be curious about him. They would thought that why he was staying there at that time of night. That's why people would not be so curious about him. He could not get into any hotel there. The only person he knew really well was the man I had robbed. He knew only person in this village or in that city, and that person was Anil, and he had robbed that one. Leaving the station, then he left the station. He walked slowly through the bazaar. He walked through the bazaar, and now he did not have anywhere to go. In my short career as a thief, I had made a study of men's faces when they had lost their goods. The greedy man showed fear, the rich man showed anger, the poor man showed acceptance. Now he is talking about the persons who had been robbed. He says that when a greedy man is robbed, we could see fear in the face of that person. If a person is rich and is robbed, the rich person would show anger, and the poor man would not show fear or anger. The poor man would accept that they were robbed. But Anil is not the type of any such persons. But I knew that Anil's face, when he discovered the theft, would show only a touch of sadness. Anil would not show anger, would not show greed, would not show acceptance. He only would have some sadness in him, only slight touch of sadness, not for the loss of money. He would not be sad that he was robbed out of money, but Anil would be sad that his trust was broken. I found myself in the Maidan. He was there in the Maidan, in the ground, and sat down on a bench. Now he was sitting on a bench. The night was chilly, it was cold there. It was early November, and a light drizzle, shower, slight rain was there. A light drizzle added to my discomfort. He was not feeling comfortable because he was wet The wind was chilly and the rain continued to be there. Soon it was raining quite heavily, and that drizzle turned into rain, heavy rain. My shirt and pajamas stuck to my skin because his clothes were wet, and a cold wind blew the rain across my face, and a cold wind was blowing, and the rain was falling, striking his face. I went back to the bazaar. He went to that market again from where he came and sat down in the shelter of the clock tower. There was a clock tower, and under the shelter of that clock tower, he sat there. And clock showed midnight. It was midnight. I felt for the notes. He felt for the notes. He touched those notes. They were damp. They were also wet. Notes were also wet from the rain. Anil's money. That was Anil's money. In the morning, he would probably have given me 2 or 3 rupees to go to the cinema, and Hari Singh knew that because Anil had earned a lot, so Anil would give Hari Singh 2 or 3 rupees to go to the cinema. But now I had it all. But now he thought, but now the evil spirit of Hari came up and thought that now he had got all the money. I could not cook his meals. He did not have to prepare meals for Anil now because he had ran away from there. Run to the bazaar. He did not have to run to the bazaar for him or learn to write whole sentences anymore. And he did not have to learn to write whole sentences anymore. I had forgotten about them in the excitement of the theft, and now he realizes that he was missing something. He thought that he was missing a very important opportunity that he had got. It was education. Whole sentences I knew could one day bring me more than a few hundred rupees. He thought that if he got education, if he knew how to write sentences, he could one day be great person. Education could bring him more than a few hundred rupees. It was a simple matter to steal. Stealing is not a very hard thing. It is a very simple thing. And sometimes just as simple to be caught. And it is really simple and easy to be caught when one steals. But to be a really big man. But he thought that he could not be a big man by stealing. He could just be caught easily. But to be a really big man, a clever and respected man, now he wanted to be a clever, he wanted to be a respected man was something else. He knew that being respected man is something else, is different from being a thief. I should go back to Anil. He decided to go back to Anil. I told myself, if only to learn to read and write. And now he told himself that he should go back to Anil not for any other reason but just to be an educated person. He should go to Anil back. I hurried back. He quickly went there back to the room feeling very nervous. Now, this time he was more nervous, for it is much easier to steal. Stealing is not much hard something than to return it undetected, but returning the thing without being noticed, without being discovered, it is really very hard thing. I opened the door quietly. He opened the door, then stood in the doorway, was standing there in the doorway in clouded moonlight. It was clouded night, and Anil was still asleep. He was still sleeping. I crept to the head of the bed. He again went slowly to the head of the bed, and my hand came up with the notes, and there were notes in his hands, and he stretched his hands there. I felt his breath on my hand, and when he was putting those knots. While he was putting his hands towards the mattress, he felt the breath of Anil onto his hand. I remained still for a minute. He did not move his hand. His hand remained there without moving. Then my hand found the edge of the mattress. Because it was night there, that's why he was not able to find the mattress. Now he found the mattress. His hand found the mattress and slipped under it with the knot, and he put his hand under the mattress and put the knots there. I awoke late next morning, and then Hari Singh went away, putting the knot back. He went away and slept. I woke late. Hari Singh woke late next morning to find that Anil had already made the tea. Anil had awoke already, and he had made the tea for Hari Singh and himself. He stretched out his hand. Anil put his hand towards Hari Singh. There was a 50 rupee note between his fingers, and he was having a 50 rupee note between his fingers. My heart sank, and Hari Singh thought that he was caught. His heart sank. He got disappointed. He got sad, nervous. I thought I had been discovered. He thought that he was caught. I made some money yesterday, he explained. But Anil went on to explain that he had earned some money the previous day, and now you will be paid regularly. And then Anil decided to pay him regularly. My spirits rose, and now because he was sinking there, his heart sank there, he was nervous, and now he knew that he was not caught. So he was relieved. But when I took the knot, I saw it was still wet from the night's rain. But when Hari Singh took the knot, he felt that the knot was wet. Today we'll start writing sentences, he said. Anil told that he would teach Hari Singh how to write sentences from that day onwards. He knew Hari Singh told that Anil knew about the theft, but neither his lips nor his eyes showed anything. But his lips and eyes, Anil's lips and his eyes did not show that he found about the theft. I smiled at Anil. He smiled at Anil in the most appealing way and in the same attractive way. But this time the smile was different from the previous one. And the smile came by itself, because now the smile in Hari Singh's face, it came out itself. He was not trying to smile. It was a natural smile, and that smile was the smile of a person who has changed himself completely without any effort, and that smile was effortless. He was smiling effortlessly then. It means he changed himself, and Anil's faith, his affection, his belief changed a thief into a good person. Now let us go through the moral of the story. The moral of the story is that the human values and relations are important in life. Values and relations are really important, and such values can change a person too. Trust and affection are the basic human values that help in transforming evil into goodness. And same we have seen in the chapter that the trust and affection of Anil towards Hari Singh changed himself completely, because he was earlier not enjoying stealing Anil, and when he robbed Anil, he came back just because of the trust and affection of him. There is a conscience, the conscience that pricked Hari Singh at the platform. There is a conscience in each individual, in each human being There's a conscience, there's an inner soul that guides us towards right path, that picks a person. And whenever we are going to commit anything wrong, that conscience pricks us. Whenever a person tries to do something wrong, we have got a conscience that pricks us, that says that we are not doing the right thing. We should listen to the voice of conscience. And the message and the moral is that we should listen to the voice of that conscience. So it was really a good chapter, and the moral is also good. It is didactic one. I hope you have understood it, and if there is any problem staying, so thank you for watching the video patiently. I hope you have understood the topic well. So like and share the video, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. See you with a new video on a new topic. Till then, bye.